Hello and welcome back to Time with Pastor Adom. We are continuing with the topic that we were discussing a few minutes ago. We're talking about David and his CV. David and his CV. I will recommend that you watch the part one so that you can fully understand this particular video. But let me just give you a summary of what we discussed in the first part. But please go back and then listen to it, then you understand it fully. So the summary is we were talking about David, who I'm saying that had a CV, and then we backed it with scriptures. But before the scriptures, we described what a CV is and what items must be seen in every CV. And we used the scripture first Samuel chapter 16 verse 18. And all these items about CV that I gave can be found in this scripture, and it shows that David had a CV, a very, very good and a rich CV. So we spoke about it, and then we got to where I was giving the lesson, or I was going to talk about the lessons in that particular topic that we began in the part one. So I said that there are so many lessons in that scripture concerning the CV of David, but I promise giving only two. Only two. There are so many, but because of time, today is Friday. You can see that I'm so tired. I was just about leaving when the text message came or the message came, so I just want to do this quickly, and then we see the way forward. But this is just two. I'm just going to give you the two lessons to learn. So the first one is that everybody needs a CV. Now, the CV might not necessarily mean or only be your classroom or your certificate or your degree or any other, academic, documents that you have. That might not only be what you can see or take as your CV, but your lifestyle is also a CV. Whatever you are doing in your neighborhood, wherever you are, you're going out and you're coming in, the way you do things, the way you even dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, everything about you is a CV about you. In other words, whatever you're doing, people are watching. And it gets to a point in time that those things that you do will either promote you or demote you. So, lesson number one, whatever you are doing, have it in mind that you are writing your own CV. And let me give you one small example. Just last week, we helped a classmate bury her mother who was 80 years. This woman had never been to the classroom before, but when her biography or tribute was read, this woman had accomplished a lot of things. This is somebody who had never been to classroom before, but the things that she was able to achieve in life, you could see that because of the way she led her life on earth, it gave her so many promotions in life. And she had 6 children, and all of them were well educated. Not even one was an outcast. All of them were well educated. This woman had so many things to boast for herself, but she had never been to the classroom before. My point is that maybe you will say that you have passed the stage of being in the classroom. It's never too late. Make sure that if you cannot go back to the classroom, your lifestyle should be a CV for you. The next point that I want to let you know or learn is that most of the times we erroneously or wrongly assume or think that it is only a big man who can recommend us to higher heights, or we need somebody in high position to lead us to certain places that we wish to be. But according to the scriptures that we read from the beginning, 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 18, it is not always the case. There are times you even need a nobody to recommend you. According to the scriptures, the Bible says that one of the servants in the house or the palace of Saul was the one who was giving the recommendation. So do not despise or ignore anybody, because anybody at all can can recommend you to somebody. So if you had written an application letter to a company, most of the times, if it's a very sensitive position, the company would like to go to your neighborhood and check or do a background check about you. And when they go, they are going to talk to the nobodies, that kelewele seller, that cocoa seller in the junction. And it is that thing that the cocoa seller will say that will give you more advantage. If the cocoa seller says, oh, I know that man, he is a very nice man, trust me, the job is assured. But if the cocoa seller says, oh, that man, I know him, he passes here every morning, he's a rude man. Some time ago, it was raining, and then he splashed water on me. I called his attention, and he snubbed me. Oh, that will be your end. So such a person can give you a recommendation to your high heights. It's not only about your educational qualification, but the way you talk to people. Servants can also give you recommendation according to the scripture I give. And then the last thing that I want you to have in mind is about one of the core skills of David that the Bible or the scripture I gave to us. The last core skill. It says, and God is with him. In other words, whatever you do or wherever you want to get to, if you want to get to the top, really get to the top, make sure that God is with you. And with God on your side, there is nothing that can be a blockade to you. Make sure you have God on your side. And with God on your side, nothing is going to be impossible for you. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll come your way once again with Time with Pastor Adom. So don't forget, today is Friday. My weekly videos, which I share with you every Sunday, will come. So this coming Sunday, that's in 2 days' time, I will bring the normal video to you, the weekly ones. We are continuing with achieving my dreams. Thank you and God bless you. I will see you some other time. God bless you. Safe. Bye.